Hello, and welcome to Operation Freedom, a show for and about the veterans here in Prince William County and the Northern Virginia region. Today, I have a very special guest, a Navy veteran and a veteran of our show, Miss Serena Bermudez. Serena, thank you for taking the time to come out today.
Thank you.
What we wanted to do today with you is we've interviewed you before. We'll just go over your Navy history very briefly. But you do a lot of dynamic things now with veterans because of your change in roles and your employment. And that's one of the reasons we had pre-discussed bringing you out on the show. So can you tell the folks a little bit about your military background, please?
Okay, well, first I am United States Navy, almost 9 years. I did, part of my time was reserves, and the rest of it was active duty. And I've been different places, for example, Hawaii, Guam. I never actually got overseas, but besides that, I've been on a ship for a little bit, and I spent some good times in the United States Navy. I was a radioman, so I dealt with communications, which is a pretty significant part of the Navy. Built great relationships with veterans, met lots of them along the way, and would not have traded for anything in the world at all.
Very good. And when did you get out?
I got out in December of '92.
Okay.
And
what have you done since?
well, I have to tell you, to begin with, transitioning out of the military is pretty challenging. The times we live in now, 2016, they have a lot of services and resources. When I got out in '92, there was no resources that were available. So I kind of did it on my own. So I know firsthand what it means to transition out and not have any of the many hundreds of services that we have now. So what I do now is I work for the Virginia Employment Commission.
Really?
Yes.
And what is it you do there?
I am a leaver, and what a leaver is, I'm a local veterans employment representative. So what I do is I talk to businesses, employers, about why they should hire a veteran. I talk to them about what a veteran can bring to their organization. And also I talk to them about, just give them some examples. For example, when a veteran comes to their business and they want to be hired and they look at the veteran's resume, of course it's going to look different than it will to a civilian resume. So we provide them with services, we provide them with tools to be able to give them that knowledge, to be able to understand what a veteran can bring through that resume. And one of the things that we do, one of the tools is, I don't know if you've ever heard of the V3 program.
I've heard of it. Why don't you tell our viewers what it's about?
Okay, well, the V3 is called Virginia Values Veterans. And what it does is it educates the employer on different aspects of a veteran as they come out. For example, an employer may not know what an MOS is. Well, that's the occupation of a military member. And as they come out, that language may be on the resume. But with them going through this V3 program, they will have that knowledge to be able to understand, okay, well, this is what they're on that resume. Oh, okay, I understand it. To be able to transition it into a civilian resume, into a civilian occupation, to be able to help that veteran obtain a job. So, yeah, it's a great program, and it's in the state of Virginia.
Very good. Tell us a little bit more about some of the other things that you do. I realized we had talked before, and you actually reach out to a variety of different things.
Yes. Now, one of the things that we also do is I do a lot of outreach. I outreach to lots of different organizations about why they should hire a veteran. The reason what a veteran can bring to their organization. For example, we have lots of job veterans fairs that is out there, and I actually go to these job fairs. and I reach out to companies or employers that are there. I mean, I will go over and shake their hand and say, hi, my name is Serena Bermudez. I work for the Virginia Employment Commission, and try to build a connection with them to let them know that there are vets out there that need jobs, and to educate them on what that can bring to them. So we will do that. And just for example, also, I have met an employer probably about 6 or 8 weeks ago, built a connection with the recruiter, and I have potentially gone ahead and referred 17 candidates who are veterans to their contract.
Now, veterans that are getting out, have gotten out, or have even been out for a while can come to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. They can come to us, and we are the vet reps there. I'm a leaver. They also have DVOPs, which are Disabled Veterans Outreach Program Specialists, and they also work with the veteran also to provide them resources, provide them services. That's the other aspect of what they do. The Virginia Employment Commission is not well known. When you think of going into that building, you think about unemployment.
Right.
Well, it's more than just unemployment. We partnered with so many different organizations.
Now, this is located off of Minnieville Road over in the Woodbridge area. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So the variety of different services that you offer to veterans, and quite frankly anyone else, is resume writing.
Absolutely. One of the things a leaver does, we do resume writing. We do have a federal person that comes in to help with the federal aspect of resumes. We also do have techniques on what you need to do when you go and you introduce yourself for an interview,
right.
What to do.
Such as how to dress.
Absolutely. We talk about how to dress, how to present yourself. That 30-second time frame that you will get to just one time to be able to talk to the person that's interviewing you. If they ask you, for example, what do you bring to this job? You have to be able to go ahead and communicate to them
right.
in a split second.
So you talk interview techniques, how to do background on the employer, how to prepare yourself.
Absolutely, resume writing. Yes, how to talk, how to be calm, even eye contact. We also talk about eye contact.
And you have a whole banks of computers, if I understand.
Yes, we do. We have lots of computers there. So if, for example, you don't have a computer at home,
right.
You can always come to us, and you'll be able to sit and put in your information. One of the things that we make sure that when you come to us is that we do have a computer system that you would need to input all your information, including your resume, and we'll be able to refer you to jobs from that.
So all these opportunities you talk about aren't just for vets. It's available to any Prince William County resident. Is that correct?
It is. It is available to any Prince William County resident. I'm a vet rep, so of course I would specifically talk about the veterans aspect of it.
Right.
But yes, this is a free service for Prince William County. And it's very unknown, and it's even more unknown for veterans and employers.
What would you say has been, you've been there, what, 4 or 5 months, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have.
What would you say has been some of the biggest challenges that you've been able to correct, and or biggest challenges that you see that you're going to be working on correcting? You step into that role, and it sounds like, for example, a lot of folks don't even know you exist.
That's true.
And that's why you're on the show.
That is true.
Okay. What other thoughts come to mind when you first got there to now, and then maybe for future?
Going out into the community, having a voice, letting them know that we exist, letting veterans know that we are there to help, educating these employers, letting them know that they can hire the veterans, and they can hire veterans for a gauntlet of reasons. Why? So, you know, the Virginia Employment Commission is definitely unknown to many. We have over 60,000 plus veterans in Prince William County alone.
Wow, that's a pretty good number.
Yes, it is. And, you know, we want veterans to know that they can come, they can look into the system, put themselves in the system for jobs.
Now, the nearest bases of course, we have the Pentagon, then we have Belvoir, Fort Belvoir.
Yes, we do.
And then we have Quantico.
Uh-huh.
Then a smattering of other bases in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And an active duty vet has full access to this also, right?
An active duty vet,
Excuse me, active duty military, they're not.
right, an active duty military, well, like for example on Fort Belvoir, they do have an employment assistance there. But, you know, active duty vets say they're going to be transitioning out. They go to TAP. And then, you know, a lot of them come while they're on terminal leave. And they start that process of looking for a job.
Wow.
Yeah, so we invite them to come to our workshops, to put their resumes in our system.
Talk about your workshops, please. A lot of
Okay.
people don't even know that it exists.
Yeah, our workshops, that was saying the resume writing, the building of your techniques for the workshops. And our workshops are held on a Wednesday, and it's great. And we can work, you know, one-on-one with the workshops, with the veterans that come in.
Should you have interviewing workshops?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and
There is interviewing, there is resume writing, there is, you know, and sometimes a veteran may want to work or would like to work one-on-one. And that's something that, you know, can be done also. We're here to bring services to our veterans and to let the employers know that we're here.
Now, this isn't just for federal jobs, right?
No, this is federal, this is local jobs, this goes across the gamut, anything.
State jobs.
Absolutely, we are there to assist. And, you know, of course, my job is on the backside of that. My job is to go out and reach out to the businesses, the employers, and let them know that we exist. Let them know that our free services, such as, for example, having a hiring fair. I can have a hiring fair for a business in our place I work at, and where they can come in. We'll advertise for, say, 2 weeks. They'll come in. We have a interview room set up for them.
Really?
Yes, and it's free. And we will just, as the candidates come in potentially, we will walk them over to them and say, hey, this is so-and-so, they're here for this job fair. And then they'll go in with their resume to the employer and sit down and talk and do a quick vetting with the employer.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. So a veteran in need can come to you for a variety of different employment-related resources.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. And this is so unknown. You know, it's
Why
so
is that?
unknown. You know, the word hasn't fully gotten out. When you think of where I am in Woodbridge there, at the Skills Saw Center, people think, oh, that building is there just for unemployment. But it's not only there for unemployment. We have a lot of partners there that help with different aspects, and Virginia Employment Commission is there. We also have, for example, we have a mixer that happens once every 3 to 4 months, where we invite the community and their employers to come in. The employers would come, and so will individuals that are looking for jobs.
Really?
Yes, and we will have a little presentation, and the employers and the individuals looking for jobs will be able to connect, to be able to just talk about, you know, jobs that are available for them. Say, for example, CVS comes in, and CVS may go ahead and talk with the individual one-on-one there. One of the other things that we do have is we have employer panels. I just had an employer panel about 3 weeks ago. A couple of employees came in, and there was some potential candidates, and they sat, and we sat in a room, and they sat in the front, the employers, and the employers got a chance to just talk a little bit about what they want specifically for candidates. And the candidates was able to go ahead and have that kind of one-on-one attention with the employer.
Let me ask you, when should the average veteran, we'll just say he's 3 years from getting out. Okay?
I will.
When should he start thinking, hey, I might want to start looking?
That is a very good question, and I would say the year before. Start looking around. They may not want to stay, for example, in the state of Virginia. They may want to go somewhere else. And we can also, if they come and we talk with them, can also talk with them about, okay, you don't want to stay here, you want to go, for example, I want to go to Ohio. We can connect them with the Ohio's Employment Commission over there, or a different state. But it's all about getting connected. It's all about networking.
What would you recommend as a vet should consider at the 1 year mark or out when getting ready to get out? What kind of things should he be thinking about?
Well, I have to tell you that a veteran who is getting out of the military, remember, you were in the military, civilian life transitioning to is very, very different. You know, you were, you know, E7, E8 while you're in the military. Once you walk out that gate, on that base, you're no longer senior chief whoever or master chief whoever. You are just Paul Ramirez or Cindy, you know, Michaels or whoever. You all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's gone. So that's a big thing, and it's hard to get used to that transitioning out. Uncle Sam has been taking care of you for quite a while, and now you have nobody but your own self to make those decisions for you, and it can be challenging at the beginning.
What are some of the top 2 or 3 that come to mind, areas that veterans have difficulty with when going from active duty to he or she civilian, would you say?
Well, I will say that transition, you were used to having, you built relationships while you were in the military. Individuals that can relate to what you are doing, what you are feeling, what you are going through. And you walk out and you have no support. There's nobody there. I mean, your wife is there or your kids, but that support, that relationship you've built with others in the military, they're no longer there. Now it's up to you to go out and make those relationships, build those relationships, network to get those relationships. Uncle Sam kind of put you in it while you were in the military, but you're walking out and you have to start all over again.
Wow, that's a big difference in lifestyle.
Huge difference in lifestyle. Yes, very much.
Is that why some vets are better at it than others? And
yes, absolutely. And it's a learning curve. You know, some vets get a handle on it right away, and some, you know, have challenges.
Well, let me also deviate from the employment aspect a little bit. Do you handle anything in the education aspect that veterans come out and say, hey, I might want to work, but I also might want to better my education?
Yes, we do have different programs that we do provide services. And of course, there are definitely requirements that go with those programs. But some of those programs potentially can provide certifications. They'll give you a certain amount of money for you to go back to school and to get certifications. You know, I got to tell you that when you're in the military, you're certified to do specific occupations. But in the civilian world, you need certifications, for example, like for being an IT person, computers, they want certifications. A lot of veterans come out and wanting to do IT work with no certifications. But hey, I spent 20 years in the military. That's awesome. My hat's off to you. I'm so thankful you served, but you got to go back to school now and get those certifications.
So you got to get the furtherance of your training, furtherance of your knowledge, furtherance of the employment and the things that you learned.
Yes, Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why, once again, my job, educate these employers about the transition and how hard it can get.
What do many of the employers not know?
A lot of employers do not know a whole lot about veterans. That's why I talk so much about this V3 program, this initiative that came into the state of Virginia. There's a lot of incentives that an employer can get from hiring a veteran also.
Really?
Yes.
So, speaking to the employers out there, for example,
Yes.
they can get
Tax incentives. If they go ahead and hire a veteran, after a year, they will get a certain incentive, monetary incentive for that. And, you know, they will have, going through this V3 program, they will have that knowledge to be able to understand what it is to hire a vet. And as you know, Steve, the culture is very different. The military culture is very different versus the civilian culture.
just a tad.
Just a tad. So employers need to be educated on the tools that the Virginia Employment Commission has that can assist them also, as well as they can go through this V3 program.
Okay, so we have the V3 program. We have the VEC helping with a variety of different aspects for the employment aspect.
Yes, the employment
of the
aspect.
out transition. There's also educational aspects of it that can be looked at, both with certifications and degree programs. There's a lot that the VA itself has
Absolutely.
from their list of menus of different items related to veterans.
Absolutely.
And we in this area, we are a veteran-rich area.
Very much.
So we have this tremendous amount of resources, okay, and we have this particular organization, the VEC, which is geared towards that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, by the way, if a vet wanted to be able to reach you to ask more questions, how would he do that?
Okay, so we are in Minnieville. It's 13370 Minnieville Road in Woodbridge, and we are right across the street from Strayer University. And let me give you our phone number also, or my phone number. So my
Okay.
name is Serena, last name is Bermudez.
Okay.
And it's 703
Uh-huh.
897 0419.
Okay, for those that are watching, we'll repeat that again in about 2 minutes here. I just want to go over a couple more things. So any other programs or benefits or open door aspects that the VEC has? I know they have on-site interviews, actual interviews. They actually bring in employers.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Absolutely. I would go out. That's part of my job as a leaver. I go out and I network and I talk with different employers and let them know that this service is available for free to them.
And we're not talking Burger King here.
No, we're not.
We're talking high-rated IT companies, high-rated other companies, service
Yes.
companies.
Yes.
We're talking contractors and subcontractors with the federal government.
Absolutely.
We're looking for folks with clearances.
Yes, absolutely.
Secret, top secret.
Yes.
And there's a lot of major corporations that have offerings. They come to you looking for qualified personnel. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes. Very qualified personnel. And, you know, and if they cannot at the time be qualified, we have aspects of programs
Right.
that can help them to get
trained and
qualified and
qualified.
trained. Yes.
Okay. So, and for clarity's sake, we're focusing this show on veterans, but just for the sake of folks that are watching, this is also open to citizens of Prince William County and those that live and work here also. May I please get your phone number again and repeat the address?
Sure, sure. So we are right across the street from Strayer University, and it is 13370, and it's Minnieville Road, and it's in Woodbridge. And my phone number is 703-897-0419, and my first name is Serena, my last name is Bermudez, and by all means, give me a call, leave me a voicemail. I would be more than happy to assist.
And if they have any trouble with that, they can just Google the Virginia Employment Commission.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Located in Woodbridge on Minnieville Road.
Yes.
Okay. That's,
Absolutely.
I think it's a terrific organization, and I hope a lot of folks will respond. Folks that are looking for work, that want to better themselves, veterans, all those that are out there. If you know a veteran, you have a son or a daughter, a father, husband, whoever might be looking for employment, we have a lot of opportunities here in Prince William County.
Yes, we do.
And I think it's imperative that we make the most to help those folks get those opportunities, exploit those opportunities, and do all that we can do to help veterans and their families with the quality of life
Absolutely.
possible. Okay. One more time,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
Virginia Employment Commission.
Virginia Employment Commission, and we are right across the street from Strayer University, and it is 13370 Minnieville Road, right here in Woodbridge, and our phone number is 703-897-0419, and that's actually my phone number. So my name is Serena, and my last name is Bermudez.
And you are a leaver.
I am a leaver.
Thank you for taking the time to come and talk and share the information. And let's see what we can do to help the veterans and their families, and anyone, quite frankly, anyone else in the Prince William County area get employment, make better lives for themselves, and just move forward in life.
Absolutely. Please don't hesitate to stop by and see the services that we provide, as well as, by all means, give me a call.
At
703-897-0419.
I thank you for taking the time. Thank you very much for the service to our country. I am your host, Steve Botello, here at Operation Freedom. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your day.